Hi there, my name is Jamie Compton-Ray,
And my name is Alison Armstrong
and both Alison and I work in preventing suicide.
in Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
We want to talk to you today because the 10th of September is World Suicide Prevention Day, and a lot of people think that preventing suicide is something only professionals do, but actually that's not the case.
Yeah, there's loads of things that you as the general public could be doing to prevent suicide, and we're here to talk a bit about that today.
Okay, so the first thing really is to notice something that's different. If you have a friend who's usually very outgoing and you see a lot of them, they spend a lot of time with you, and then all of a sudden you just don't see them, they're not hanging around, they're not answering the phone or texts, something might be wrong. Not necessarily about suicide, but something is definitely wrong. So we're nosy.
Yeah.
We should be nosy.
We should be, especially
and we
if
should
it's our
check
friends.
that out. And if you check it out, there might be something in your gut that tells you it's about suicide. It's maybe something they're doing. It might be something they're saying. If somebody said to you, I'm having a miserable day, then they're probably having a miserable day. But if somebody said, I'm having a miserable day, I can't do this anymore, something doesn't sound right about that.
And when something doesn't sound right, or we get that gut feeling that maybe there's just a little more here than meets the eye, what we really should do then is just ask directly about suicide. And that is a statement that you just say simply, are you thinking about suicide? Are you thinking about taking your own life? And really what that does is that gives the person at risk of suicidal thoughts an option to say either yes or no. If they say, yes, I am thinking about suicide, then that's a conversation that we need to continue and look at that. And if they say no, they're not, well, at least we've asked the question and we're able to rule suicide out of the picture.
Yeah. And the reason we do the asking as opposed to waiting for them to tell us is, can you imagine how difficult that would be to tell? If we were waiting for somebody to tell us, they might never tell us. It's too hard. If you have a gut intuition that somebody is thinking about suicide, ask the question. It's a closed question.
Yeah. And really, you're not doing any harm by asking, right?
We used to think that asking about suicide did do harm and that it put the thought into someone's head. But research tells us that's just not true.
Because we're just not susceptible to that, are we?
No, we just, no.
No. Like if I asked you to give me all of your wages for a month, would you do that?
No.
No, exactly. So we're just not susceptible to those sort of things.
And if it is about suicide, then you need to listen. Not easy for the person who's thinking about suicide, but it's not easy for the person listening to the reasons why somebody would be thinking about suicide either. That would be pretty tough. It can be quite dark and difficult to stay there, but we have to listen, don't we?
Yeah, because in order for us to truly understand what someone is thinking or going through and be truly show empathy to that person, we really need to listen to their story and hear their story around their reasons for death or for dying. Because in hearing someone's reasons for dying or for death or thoughts around suicide, we often get those reasons for living, and it's our job and then to get those reasons for living and really support them, and we only can get those reasons for living is if we truly hear their story and listen to them.
Yeah, being heard is a really powerful thing.
Yeah.
And when you get a reason for living, you want to protect that. You want to protect that person from suicide. It's just emergency first aid, really. So you need to get them some help. That help might be you, it might be family, it might be friends, and it may be professional help. Get the help that helps them, the help that they need.
Yeah, because ultimately what you're doing there, aren't you, is you're giving them a third option. So for this person, they're thinking to live or to die, and we're presenting this third option, which really is just to keep safe and to look at that and look at what that might look like for them.
Yeah, of course. So that's really, we just wanted to talk to you today, and we just wanted to let you know that suicide is it is a crisis. When we lose more people to suicide than in road traffic accidents and armed conflict, and it is something that has to be addressed. But it needs all of us. It needs all of us to be suicide alert and suicide aware, and just start those difficult conversations if something's telling you that it isn't right.
Because ultimately what you could do is you could be saving a life, which is great.
That would be fab.
And Alison, I just want to let you know that if I ever have thoughts of suicide, I'll come and chat to you about it.
Yeah, and I've thought about this too. If I ever had thoughts of suicide, I would definitely come to you.
Perfect.
Yeah, you should think about who you would go to if you had thoughts of suicide.
Yep. Thank you.